We actually have Subterror functioning out here for this OCG edition. We have more of the Puery monster showing us that the deck can do some interesting things, and lots of other interesting OCG decks. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more content. The first deck we're going to be looking at here is good old Subterror. You guys know, like, the flip-flop control, you know, the whole search for a hand trap. It's still pretty good as a deck, to be honest with you. I love the concept behind this deck, but the problem is it kind of fails, because, you know, if Necrovalley's not really in rotation, you kind of have this deck fall off a little bit in terms of the development for where the format wants to go. So, we have triple copies of Kashitari Lafenria, 2 copies of Fiendus with 2 Guru with the 1 Nemesis Archer. Keep in mind, a reduction to these numbers is kind of interesting. We also have 2 Necrovalley, triple Extrav with 1 Prosperity, 1 Terraforming with triple Hidden City, and then we have triple copies of Apophis, the Swamp Deity. During the main phase special, this card is a normal monster, Reptile Earth, 2000 attack, 2200 defense. Then you can negate the effects of face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of other continuous trap cards that you control. So that means, like, if I got crackdowns and other things up running, this turns into a generic negator. That's pretty good. We also have triple copies of Crackdown, triple Dogmatica Punishment, 2 Goes to Match, 1 Lose 1 Turn, 2 Metaverse, triple Solemn Steelreich, 2 Soul Drain, 1 Final Battle, and 2 copies of There Can Only Be One. Down here in the extract, we have 1 Selene with 1 Relinquished Anima, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 2 copies of Troubled Sunny, 1 Dahark, 1 Asa, 1 Access Code, 1 Assembled Nightingale, 1 Downer Magician, 1 Zeus, 1 Omega with triple Inantis. Then we have 1 Evil Twins. We have 2 Big Balls, 1 Lightning Storm, 2 Raigeki, triple Ultimate Slayer, triple Evenly Matched, and triple copies of Solemn Judgment here, wrapping up your interesting take for what powers you can add to a deck like this to have success with. Next up is our Purrely deck, sporting off Brows. Are we just strictly using this as discard fodder for this? Oh, I guess that would actually be what we're trying to do, right? Because, Purrely, my friend. Okay, I mean, interesting little concept inclusion for this. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, triple copies of Brow, triple copies of La Fenrir, triple copies of La Unicorn, triple copies of Maxi, triple copies of Little Purrely itself. We also have 1 Shaddoll Beast, 2 Book of Moon, 2 Called by the Grave, 1 Croissant Designator, 2 copies of the Labrynth, and then we have triple copies of the Delicious Memory, triple copies of Happy Memory, triple copies of Pretty Memory, and triple copies of Purrely, my friend, with 2 copies of Imperm. Down here in the extract, we have 1 Anima, 1 Linkuriboh, 1 Assembled Robin, we have 1 Assembled Nightingale, 2 copies of Nor, 1 copy Happiness, 2 Plumps, 1 Happiness, and 2 Beauty, with 1 Downard, 1 Zeus, and 1 Dark Armed, the Dragon of Annihilation here, wrapping up our little interesting take for Purrely today. Next up here is Rikka Sunavalon. Now, to be honest with you, I was kind of curious to see how the OCG has gone about this deck, because when you look at the Rikka Sunavalon deck in the OCG, you haven't seen a lot of this, you know? Rikka Concon's an amazing card. It adds so much power to the deck strategy. Once you kind of take a step back, though, you're like, what more do we actually get? Well, you get Cactus Bouncer, evidently. That's their sauce for this week. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, 1 Cactus Bouncer, triple copies of La Fenrir, triple copies of Maximus Alpotus, 2 Mudons, 2 copies of Primulas, 2 Petals. We also have triple copies of Rikka Princess, 1 copy of Snowdrop, 1 Sunseed Twin with triple Loki, 2 Called by the Grave, the 1 Crossout Designator, 2 Dark Roll No Mores, 1 1-for-1 with 1 Raigeki, 2 Rikka Glamours with triple copies of Concon. We have 1 Sunvine Sowing, 1 Talents, triple Unexpected Die, 1 Imperm, and 1 Rikka Sheet here. Then down here in the extract, we have the 1 Dance Piane, 2 Thrashers, the 1 Healer with the 1 Malias, 2 copies of Dryas, 1 Begalancer, the 2 Jasmine, the 1 Teardrop, 1 Hyperton, 2 copies of Strena, and 1 copy of Alcei. Side deck here we have triple Dimension Shifter, 2 Drolls, 2 Nibiru's, 1 Feather Duster, 2 Regekis, 2 evenly matched, and triple copies of the Solemn Judgment Man here, wrapping up our Rikka Sunavalon list. I do like the little innovations and things that you see within this build, because it's very similar to ours, but it means that something like our format can actually hold and adopt to theirs. Oh my gosh, what is this? So I seen a few of these Labrynth lists come and go. Well, this Labrynth list does not even have a complete extra deck. I chose to include this because one of the first Labrynth lists I've seen in a little while out of the OCG. I do think that this deck still continues to have a chance in the OCG. It's very interesting just to kind of see their card choices and things that they choose to bring for this. And remember, they do have Lady of the Labrynth. While you control a set card, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. You can only use each of the following effects as turn once per turn. So the Labrynth card effect, except for Lady of Labrynth, or a normal trap card is activated, alright, this turn. You can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. Alright, and then when a normal trap card is activated, instead of one normal trap card with a different name directly from your deck. Card is really solid. So we have 2 copies of Ariana, 1 Gamma Seal, triple copies of La Fenrir, the 1 Chandelier, and then we have 2 copies of Stovey. Then we have 2 copies of Lady Labrynth, 2 Lava Golems, 1 Lord of Heavenly, 1 Lovely Labrynth, 2 Maxi, the 2 Labrynth, triple Archfiend's Glitch, triple Compulse with the 2 Dogmatica Punishments, triple Ice Dragon's Prison, 2 Infinite Permanents, 2 Skill Drain, 2 Solemn Strike, 1 Trap Trick, and the triple Welcome Labrynth. Extract down here, we have 1 Underworld Goddess, 2 copies of the News Reporter of the Underworld, 1 Link Karibo, 1 Dragublion, 1 number 38, 1 number 100, 1 Omega with the 1 Baron, and 2 Anintis. Our side deck here, we have triple copies of the Absolute King Backjack, 1 copy of Labyrinth Setup, 2 copies of Chainhole, 1 Drowning Mirror Force, 1 Evenly Matched, 2 Macrocosmo, 2 Solemn Judgment, and 2 copies of Witch's Strike here, wrapping up, well, an interesting concept nonetheless here. Next up here was Beasted Dragonmaid with the Albaz package in it. This is actually kind of interesting because I've seen Dragonmaid kind of showing up in the OCG here. You know, they're looking at different concepts in different ways to really explore what this deck can do. You know, I guess with the branded package also doubling down as dragons, you get some access to some pretty good combo lines here. So we have triple copies of Alubar, the Jester of Despia, triple copies of Ash Blossom, 2 copies of Druidworm, triple copies of Magnum Mutt, 2 copies of Saronir, 2 Chamber, 1 Fallen of Albaz, triple copies of La Fenrir with triple Maxi, then we have triple copies of Beasted Libellion, 2 Branded Fusion with 1 Branded Opening, 2 Call by the Grid, the 1 Crossout Designator, 1 Changeover, 1 Hospitality, 2 Prod of Prosperity, 1 Rebranded, and we have 1 Branded Beast, 1 Tidying, and 2 copies of Infinite Permanents. Extract down here, we have 1 Striker Dragon with 1 copy of this Heavenly Spheres, we have 1 Dahark, 1 Dracostapelia with 2 Mirror Jades, 2 Libellions, 2 Chambers, 2 Shios, 1 Court Artist, and 2 Albions. Side deck here, we have 1 Alpha, 1 Pinkertops, 1 Lava Golem, the 2 Seer Moods, 1 Feather Duster, triple Lightning Storm, 1 Regeki, 1 Talents, 2 Evenly, and 2 copies of Solemn Judgment here, wrapping up another take for Dragonmaid. I'm glad to see this. And last up here is, you see, the very little change here. This is basically the branded version of this, where you cut the Dragonmaid package and you just go full steam ahead. Very, very similar concepts, by the way. So triple Alubar, triple copies of Ash Blossom, triple Druidworm with triple Magnuma, 2 Saroniers, 2 DD Crow, 2 Tragedy, triple Fallen of Albaz with triple Maxi, and we got triple Beasted Libellion, triple Allure with 2 copies of Branded Fusion, 1 Branded and 1 Branded Opening, 2 Call by the Grave, 1 Cross-Up Designator, 1 Foolish Barrel, 1 Rebranded, and 2 copies of Branded Beast. Down your next check, 1 Striker Dragon with the 1 Link Karibo, 1 Spheres, 1 copy of Dahark, 1 Volo, 1 M7 with the 1 Dracostapelia, 2 Mirror Jades, 1 Masquerade, 2 Libellion, 1 Guardian Chimera, and 2 copies of Albion. Then you get Alpha, Pinkertops, triple La Fenrir, the Feather Duster, triple Lightning Storm, triple Evenly, and triple copies of Skill Drain, wrapping up your chunk of OCG interesting info out of this week. So what do you guys think about just how crazy the Beasted package is? It is something else. Please, comment down below, tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on the day, guys. Peace. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.